papers that are just old calendars from June 2022. Like, why? Why is this here?
We've got a lot of work to do here. We all know there's benefits of having a tidy workspace, or a workspace in general. It can eliminate distractions, it can keep you organized. There's just a good chance that you'll be more productive. And if you're like me, having a tidy space just gives you all those feel-good vibes. But honestly, is it necessary to have this fancy aesthetic home studio as a beginner on YouTube? We're gonna talk about that later in this video. I've been avoiding this space in our apartment for months now. I've been filming in anywhere and everywhere except for here, and I don't really have much options because this is a studio-ish style apartment, so we've been struggling. So there are a few reasons why I don't really enjoy working or filming in this space, and one of it is because the foot traffic by this front door is so loud and distracting, but also the lighting in here fluctuates all the time while I'm filming, and it's just not a vibe. But even if I'm not using this space regularly, I still want it to be tidy and organized, because I don't know, that whole saying of a clutter-free space, clutter-free mind, that feels really true for me. And we're not going to talk about what's going on in my closet because that is a whole other video in the works. We'll just hope for the best. Stay. So during the lockdowns here in Melbourne, I started watercolor painting, and this little corner was my painting nook. And I would just light a candle, put some music on, and I would just sit here for hours painting. And I honestly can't tell you the last time I picked up a paintbrush, but I really do enjoy watercolor painting. And this is one of the giraffes I painted, which I love this. This one always sits on my desk, so I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but we'll find a spot for it. So a lot of this junk is just like old paintings and stuff, and paper, and all my trial and error trying to get good at painting florals and plants. This was the very first giraffe I painted with a tutorial, and then this was my own version of it. So which one do you guys like? Honestly, with running 2 YouTube channels, I just don't even have the time to sit down to paint anymore. Which is fine, there will be a time and place for it, I'm sure. But right now, I'm just focused on the thing. There's just papers that are just old calendars from June 2022. Like, why? Why is this here? It's just time to stop letting it all build up and just get rid of all this clutter that is literally taking up mental space. So we just gotta do it. We just gotta do it. I mean, even my plants are dying. We've been going on so many camping trips for our other channel. We're just on the struggle bus. All of us. I'm honestly starting to wonder if I can actually do this all in one day. We can do this. We can do this. This place looks like a bomb site and someone just knocked on the door. Oh man. Delivery! It's hair stuff. It is hair stuff. When I first moved to Australia 10 years ago, it was so hard to find any products for my hair type. Over the years, it's gotten so much better. And I have a online store that I can get delivered to my house. I used to have to like take 2 trains just to get there and go and see what they had in stock. And this. But now it's like I have so much hair stuff on there that I don't use that I need to get rid of, so I can make space for the new stuff. Great, more clutter. So I was right. This definitely is not a one-day job, but I've made so much progress, and it might not look like I've made much difference, but I've decluttered a lot in the drawers and like on the shelves inside of things, and I think I've cleared things up a little bit. Let's see. I even plucked all the dead leaves off my plant, which didn't leave me with much. All right, we're back. So here we are. What do we think? Honestly, I know that you might not be able to see the difference, but I feel and see the difference. Like, it's not where I want it to be, I will say that, but I'm really proud of the progress. I'm just like that shelf. And up there, it doesn't have like a million boxes. And this is just like, I can actually put things on here. I can actually write on here. It's just nice. So I'm feeling pretty accomplished. I would consider this as like the rough draft. So we're still not at the final copy, but we're getting there. And I'm really proud of my efforts for today. But honestly, I wanted to have a little chat about setting up a little studio somewhere in your house where you can film. And I honestly see a lot of people like letting this hold them back from starting a channel. So I just wanted to drop this in here because I do think that it's important. So if you are someone out there with the mindset of my place is too small, it's too ugly, it's not aesthetic, and you are letting that hold you back from starting or growing a YouTube channel, then this part might be for you. First, I will say, if you're making good, engaging, value-driven content, then they don't need to be the most aesthetic thing ever. Literally a plain wall behind you will do. I'm such a firm believer, and especially I believe this in 2023, that people want more realness. They want more relatability. So having some clutter in your background, it might feel like ick to you, like everything's not perfect, but someone might see that and feel like, oh, I can relate to this person. Like, I have clutter building up. So I say embrace it. You know, there's so many of those reels and TikToks popping off right now that are like a very non-aesthetic day in my life. And I love those videos. Like, of course, I love the aesthetic ones as well, but I love those ones as well because they're just so real. They're just so like relatable. It's just like an everyday person with an everyday house doing everyday things. So stop comparing yourself and just do you with what you have. That being said, there are very cheap and easy ways for you to give your space a little upgrade. So I'll share some tips that I have picked up along the way. And sometimes it can be as easy as doing a little tidy up like I did. Like, I didn't do a full revamp or buy anything to redecorate. I literally just tidied up and used what I had. And you know what? It's working. It's doing its thing. I mean, you're here watching this right now, so if you're enjoying it, give me a like, please. Come on. But if you do have a little bit of a budget to work with, you can hop on down to the thrift store and buy a couple of things, maybe a fake plant or a picture that you like, that you can just like put around in your space and make it, you know, a vibe. Another thing that you can do, and it's going to be really good if you can get it like off Facebook Marketplace secondhand, one of those like room dividing folding dividers. Those are amazing, especially for small spots when you have a lot going on in the background and you just want to tidy it up real quick. You can just put it behind you. I've been thinking about getting one of those, especially since this room I share with my boyfriend. His desk is on the other side of this room and we don't have a closet in our apartment, so this is where our wardrobes, and he has a clothes rack there that's open, and so there's a lot going on in here. So sometimes I'm just like, oh, I really just wish I had one of those because it would just give me some flexibility when it came to filming. Like, you can literally set that up anywhere in your house where there's good lighting. Voila, you have a simple background with great lighting. Now, a huge thing that I will say is if you have a small space, especially filming in a corner pocket of the house is going to make it just feel a little bit more spacious when you're filming, I find. So I often will film in this corner. Well, not often, but like this is my little pocket corner that I like to use because it doesn't take up much space and I can just keep this little space tidy. And so my boyfriend started his own channel and I've suggested he have his a little pocket corner because it just makes like for an easy, simple, clean background. So using a corner to your advantage is definitely another way that you can just make things look a little bit more, I don't know, appealing to the eye. But like I said, none of that really is going to make or break you starting or growing a channel. And newsflash, you can still grow your channel with clutter and an untidy background. Like I said, this background has been untidy and messy and piling up for months, and it has not stopped me from showing up and filming in this space, if you've noticed. But I've still managed to gain over 100 subscribers this year so far. It hasn't really stopped me from pushing forward towards my goals.
And if you didn't know, my goal for this year was to hit 100 subscribers, and I've done that in the first quarter of this year, so.
Don't let a messy background stop you from working towards your goals. I've literally doubled and tripled my views and watch time with my untidy desk, with my messy background, in my tiny little apartment that isn't the most super aesthetic thing ever. With all the imperfections of my life, I have still made progress. The biggest key to it all is showing up, working on improving your skills, and getting super consistent. So do you have a home studio or a favorite spot to film in your house? Where is it? Let me know. And if you have any tips for creators with smaller spaces or smaller budgets, please let us know in the comments because it will definitely help someone out there, and especially me. I would love to know. With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I hope to see you tuning into another video soon. Bye!